People wish for a lot of things: immortality, to win the lottery, to get taller. But you know what no one would ever wish for? Is to bring Concord back from the dead. You could gather all the Dragon Balls an infinite number of times, you could rub every lamp on the planet, and neither the genie nor Shinron would ever receive a single wish to bring Concord back. Concord has to be one of the most pathetic failures humanity has ever come out with, up there with like Smell-O-Vision. It was a $40 dead on arrival, fart fucking shit sucking hero shooter that no one asked for and nobody played, and so Sony buried it 2 weeks later. It barely even had time to open its eyes after leaving the womb, and they realized that they were just going to eat a fat loss on it. But right now, there's like a glimmer of hope, and by hope I mean despair, because no one's hoping for Concord's return. But people have noticed that Concord is getting Steam updates. Even though it's been offline for over a month now, there has been almost daily updates to Concord on the back end. This has led many to speculate that maybe Concord might have some kind of return. Much like Jesus when he respawned, this could be Concord's, Phoenix moment rising from the ashes. But I truly hope not, because there is nothing that could save that game. It is an uninspired, unfun hero shooter for $40. Even if it was free, I don't think it would save it. It's still just a game that is worse than all of the alternatives out there, except this one also charged you $40 for the boredom. It'd be like paying $40 to have someone spit in your face. It's just, there's no value in Concord at any level. There's no need for another generic hero shooter. It doesn't do anything new. It doesn't have any reason for players to play it. So even if it does come back and it's free, I still think it falls right on its fucking face. This is something I mentioned when it was first announced that Sony would be banishing Concord to the Shadow Realm. I am surprised that they didn't at least try the desperate Hail Mary of going free to play before the funeral service. I really did think they would do that first because of how much money they clearly put into this project. So it's definitely possible that the idea here is to create a little buzz and do some kind of like Concord XL Magnum, Concord back with a vengeance type deal, and do like a marketing campaign, kind of like what Domino's did. You remember a while back, Domino's had this like almost humiliation campaign where they just kept shaming themselves like, we heard you, our pizza sucks. Yeah, our pizza's dog shit. Which is why when we listened to you, we wanted to make it change so that way you wouldn't be saying that anymore. So our pizza's not trash. We changed the formula. Our pizza's not bad anymore. It's good. Like that might be what they're trying here. Like, we heard players, so the game's free to play and we changed a lot of things to make it more fun, perhaps. That might be what they're going for because Concord's built up like an actual legacy of, it's an embarrassment, but everyone has heard the name Concord now. So I think what they might try is to bring it back and bank on kind of like Morbius, where they brought Morbius back, except that failed again. I imagine the same would happen with Concord. But the idea really could just be like, hey, we know this was a joke the first time around. We brought it back. This time it's free to play and we listen to feedback. But it's still going to suck shit. I think that's definitely possible, but I still find it unlikely that they're even going to bring it back in the first place. It is clear this is not a product anybody wants. And like I said, even if Concord does come back and it's free to play, even if every computer is built in with Concord pre-installed, I still just don't think anyone touches it. There's nothing in the game that's good. Like, even if you just wanted to play ranked, like let's say you wanted to be the top 5 Concord player out of all 10 players that play it, you will probably get bored before ever even getting to your third game because all of the ideas in it don't work. Like the ranked, like the competitive mode is perhaps the worst in all of shooters, where it's round based. And if you win a round, whatever character you won that round with, you can't play again for the rest of the match. That's so stupid. So you can't even play the characters you want to play. You get one game with them, or one round with them, and if you win, they're gone. They're benched. The coach just subs them out for the rest of the game. It's stupid. There is nothing in Concord that is good. It's all just serviceable and generic. And nobody wants serviceable and generic when the alternatives are good and great. So what the fuck is the point in even bringing Concord back? Now, I did read that it is still unlikely they bring it back, considering the studio that worked on it is exploring other pitches right now to work on a different project entirely. So it seems like, at least internally, they're moving on from Concord. And I'm gonna be honest, I am excited to see what they work on next, because it feels like this company might be cursed to just get like the worst projects under its belt. Like, first a $40 hero shooter that no one wanted, and I wonder what else they're going to get pitched on. Maybe like a Joker 2 musical movie tie-in game or something. Like, I am curious to see what else they produce going forward. Like, I believe there's probably a lot of talent on this team, but whoever the leadership is that's feeding them the idea to make like a hero shooter and shit, they need to be fired ASAP, because that is terrible direction. That is garbage. And I'm wondering if this is like a one-time thing where like this is their big blemish and now it's nothing but bangers going forward. But we'll see. Personally, I don't think they're trying to bring it back. I don't know what the updates on the back end are. Maybe it's like, you know, when like a house gets destroyed and you go on and start taking pictures for insurance. Maybe that's what they're doing on the back end. Like, hey, look at all of this. It's such a fucking tragedy. Look at this disaster of a game we made. Can we get some money back? Or something, you know? I couldn't tell you. But it would be so stupid to put more time, money, and resources into Concord to bring it back. They would just lose even more money than they already have. And they have to know that. They have to. Even if they bring it back and it's free to play, they still put more time and money into this game that nobody wants to play. So it just wouldn't make any level of sense to bring it back. It really wouldn't. I do think there is the smallest chance that that is the plan. I really think they might try and convince themselves that, you know, this delusional idea of, we listen to player feedback, so we brought Concord, and surely the gamers will come in. You know, like, maybe, like, I do think there's a chance that they are so out of touch that they think they can bring Concord back and use this whole disaster as marketing. Like, yeah, the first rodeo was bad, but round 2 is so much better because we listen to all of you and we want to be more transparent about the development process and everything. So here's all of our substantial changes. But I still think it wouldn't do well. I just think there might be a chance they'd try that. I think it would still be really stupid if they did, though. Hopefully they're not bringing Concord back. That would be a waste of time. I don't know how many times we have to teach you this lesson, old man. Nobody wants another hero shooter that doesn't do anything new. And in fact, the new stuff it offers are just bad ideas, like with its competitive game mode. And the game also plays at like 1.5 times speed. Everyone is so abominably slow. There's just no one that is like scratching at their neck wanting Concord back. You're not going to find like a Concord super fan with some kind of like bubblegum tribute statue in their closet to whoever the main character was. I can't think of a single character's name in that game. There just doesn't exist a community that wants Concord. So don't bother losing more money trying to bring it back. Anyway, though, wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. See ya. Never mind, that's not about it. See ya. I just read another article going over this, and I completely forgot about this statement in the blog post. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game in our initial launch didn't land the way we'd intended. Therefore, at this time, we've decided to take the game offline beginning September 6th and explore options, including those that will better reach our players. That actually does sound like they're teasing some kind of return, somehow Concord return type moment. That sucks. So really, I'm starting to think that it might actually be trying to come back. I just don't see why. It's not like the experience resonated with anybody. There were some people that played Concord quite a bit just trying to farm to get the platinum trophy before it went offline. And I think they're misunderstanding that. I think they're thinking that players really liked it, and all the people that were grinding for those hours for the platinum were fans of the game. They weren't. They just wanted the platinum trophy. They were trophy hunters. There wasn't really a community I saw that had any level of passion for this. There were people huffing copium that the game could get better over time. Clearly that didn't happen. They just pulled the life support off of it. But I never saw anyone respond positively to the game. I just saw people that were a little more forgiving of how boring it was. But no one that was like, this is the hero shooter. This is going to be my main bread and butter game now. I just had a voice crack by how absurd that idea is that Concord would be someone's main game. So I still think it's a terrible idea, but rereading that blog post, it does sound like they plan on bringing it back and that they're chalking up to a couple of things that missed the mark and a rocky, sloppy launch. It's just a sloppy, shitty product that nobody wants, and they just don't seem receptive to that. Okay, anyway, though, that's about it. Hopefully no more Concord. See ya.